Hello everyone, in this video we're going to be taking a look at the new update that has been released for No Man's Land on Farming Simulator 22. And I wouldn't usually make a video covering a map update, but as this is the map I do my Let's Play on, I thought it would be better to go over everything in a separate video instead of doing it in the next episode. This update doesn't require a new save game either, so if you already play on this map, you don't need to worry about starting again to get these new items. All you need to do is update the map, then next time you load onto No Man's Land, you'll have everything you see in this video. There has also been two changes to this map, which I'll quickly go through before we take a look at the new items. The first change is that you can open and close both front doors at the shop now, so that's a nice feature. Then the second change is that the sawmill can now produce up to 6 pallets of planks each day. So if you make a lot of planks, you won't have to wait as long for them to be produced now. And that's both of the changes, so let's move on to the new items. And I'll start with the equipment first, because all of the other new items are in the construction menu. So the first piece of equipment is the Lizard MKU tanker trailer, which costs 68,000, has a 32,000 litre capacity, and can hold milk, water, liquid fertiliser, herbicide or methane. Then the second piece of equipment is the Joskin Biogas 8000 trailer, which costs 9,500, has a 8,000 litre capacity and can hold methane or water. And that's the two new pieces of equipment, so let's take a look at the new buildings. And we'll start off in the factories category, where we have 3 new buildings to go through. The first one is the lime production, which costs 25,000. Then next is gold production, which costs 35,000. And the last one is methane production, which costs 20,000. I'll place each one down later as well, then we can go and take a good look at them. Moving on to the next category, we have 2 new greenhouses, which cost 1,500 each. There's the flower nursery greenhouse that produces flowers. Then the mushroom greenhouse that produces mushrooms. And the last category we need to look through is landscaping, because there's also some new paints. I think there's meant to be 12 new ones, but I'm not sure what's what, so I'll go through them all. I know this ploughed state is new for sure though, and what this allows you to do is paint fields instead of ploughing them in. The only thing is, if you paint the field in, no stones will be turned up, so if you want to get stones from your fields, ploughing them in is the only option. But if you play with stones turned off, then this will save you a lot of time. Anyway, I'll quickly go through the rest of the paints, then we'll go and take a look at all of the buildings. So we've got animal mud, asphalt, cobblestone, then we've got concrete bricks, and concrete tiles. I think both the bricks and tiles are new, but I don't know. Then we've got dirt, forest ground, grass, dry grass, and gravel. I'm pretty sure them ones was always on here. Next is gravel dirt, that seems new. So does gravel dust. Then we've got gravel grass, gravel moss, gravel dark. Yeah, I think all of them gravels are new, because I can't remember ever seeing them before. Next is pathway, then pathway gravel, riverbed, rock, granite, water puddle, that could be new as well. Then we've got wet mud, which I also think is new. And that's all of them. I'm still not 100% sure what was there before and what wasn't, because I haven't really done much painting on our Let's Play. But I think some of the ones I thought was new must be, because I can't remember ever seeing them. Anyway, what I'll do now is place all the buildings down, then we can go and have a good look at them. Okay, I've put all of the buildings down, and I have also filled each one with the inputs we need to start productions, so we can see how they all work. So we'll look at the 2 new greenhouses first, and these do look very good. I think we might even have to get one of these on our Let's Play. They do only require water as well, which you fill up outside just here. Then if we go inside here on the left, that's where we can start a production. And this uses 100 water for 100 mushrooms, and there's 144 cycles per month with a cost of £2 per month. So that's pretty good. And I'll activate this now, then we can see what the mushrooms look like. Okay, I really like this, they look very cool. And we'll go and take a look at the flower one now, because I think that will look really good once we start a production as well. So the input to output for this is also 100 water for 100 flowers. The cycles per month are also the same, 144 cycles with a cost of £2. So let's activate this and see what it looks like. Well, I think this looks better than the mushrooms. The hanging baskets are a really nice feature as well. I am very impressed with both of these new greenhouses, and I definitely will be getting one of these on our Let's Play. Anyway, let's move on to the factories. And we'll look at this one first, which is the methane production. So we've got 2 unload points for this. One on the front, which is where you put silage, sugar beet, potatoes, and anything else like that. Then there's this one on the left side, which is where you put slurry, digestate, or any other liquids. And there is a lot of different things you can put in here to produce methane, but you only need one of the required inputs to start a production. And I'll show you all the different inputs for this now, because they all have different output ratios. So first up is silage, with 1000 making 548 methane, and this does 192 cycles per month, with a cost of £606 per month. Then for slurry, it's 1000 for 452 methane, and this also does 192 cycles each month, with a cost of £606. Digestate is 1000 for 604, and this does 288 cycles a month, and costs £606. For manure, 1000 will get you 722 methane, and this does 192 cycles a month, with a cost of £606. Sugar beet cut is 1000 for 721, and this also does 192 cycles with a cost of 606. Then sugar beet is 1000 for 826, and this does 288 cycles each month with a cost of £606 a month. So that's the best input to output ratio so far out of all of these. Then the last one is potato, and 1000 gets you 843, so these actually have the best input to output ratio. And the cycles per month is 288 with a cost of 606, which is the same as the sugar beet. So if you want to get the most methane from what you put in, go for potatoes. And I'll activate the production on this now, so we can see if things start moving or anything. Okay, it started making noise, and our silage is going down, and methane is being produced, but I can't see anything moving. There isn't anything on the left side that would move either. Let's have a look up these steps to see if anything's happening. No, there's nothing up here, so I think this just makes noise to let you know it's running. Anyway, let's move on to the next factory, which is this one here, the lime production. And you'll see we have an unload point out the front here, and that's where you put all of your inputs in, which makes it very easy and straightforward to do. And the pipe what's coming out of this building is where you load up the lime from once it's been produced. But I will skip ahead some time once we've activated all of the productions, so you can see everything and where to load them up from. Moving on to the inputs and outputs for this, you'll see it uses 1000 stones and 220 water for 750 lime. And there's 960 cycles a month with a cost of £48 per month. So that's a lot of cycles each month for this lime factory. And I'll activate this now so we can see if anything happens with the building. Okay, it's making some noise, and the 2 fans up there have started spinning, which is pretty cool. I'm guessing the gold factory will do the same as well, because that also has fans on the building. We're going over to take a look at that now anyway, so we'll find out in a minute. So this is the gold production, and again, all of your inputs go in this out the front, so it's the exact same as the lime factory. This does have a spawn point round the side, which the lime factory doesn't have though, but obviously the gold will need to spawn in, whereas the lime can be loaded into a trailer directly from the pipe. and I'll show you what the inputs and outputs for this are now. So this uses 1000 stones, 138 methane and 100 water to produce 100 gold. And there's 192 cycles per month with a cost of 288 a month. I was expecting this to use a lot more methane than that, but it does use quite a lot of stones, so if you want to produce a lot of gold, you'll need to pick quite a few fields. Anyway, let's activate this and see if it does the same as the lime factory. Yeah, the fans are moving on this as well, so it is the exact same. And that's all of the productions active, so what I'll do now is skip ahead a few hours so we can see what each one of these products look like and where they spawn in or need loading from. Right, I've skipped ahead a couple of hours now, so all of the buildings have produced some things for us to look at. And we'll start off over at the greenhouses again. So the pallets spawn in on the side of these, like they do with the normal greenhouses. And you'll see we've got 2 pallets of mushrooms here, and these have 1000 pieces on them and weigh 700 kilograms. I did think we'd be able to see the mushrooms like we can with lettuce and other things, but they're in boxes. They do still look good though. And we'll take a look at the flowers now, then we can move on to the factories. So we've got 2 pallets of flowers here as well, and we can actually see the flowers on these, because they aren't boxed up like the mushrooms. There's also 1000 pieces on each one of these pallets, but they only weigh 151 kilograms. So you can actually lift these by hand, which makes them very easy to load up. And you will have to use a pallet fork for the mushrooms, as they're way too heavy to lift. So if you prefer loading things up by hand, go for flowers. Anyway, that's both of the new products from the greenhouses, so let's head over to our methane production, and I'll show you where to load that up. And you'll see I've had to bring a methane trailer over here, and this is the new one that was added, but you can use any trailer as long as it can hold methane. Then all you need to do to load it up is put the trailer near these tanks and press the load button. And you'll see we've got methane being loaded into the trailer. So that's how you do that, and if we go over to our lime factory now, I'll show you how to load that up. And I'm using a normal trailer for this, but I'd imagine you can load it directly into a spreader as well. Either way, all you need to do is drive under this pipe and press the load button, then it will start filling your trailer with the lime that's been produced. So that's how you load up the lime. And I'll head over to our last factory now to show you the gold. So the gold spawns in round here, and we've got 1 pallet of gold bars, which do look great. And there's 1000 pieces on here, weighing 1.6 ton, so each pallet of these is very heavy. Anyway, that's the gold production, and I think this is my favourite thing that has been added to this map. I do really like all of the new buildings though, and they do all produce stuff very fast as well, so you won't have to wait long before you can use anything or sell it. But I think producing gold would be the most fun. Anyway, that's everything for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know by leaving a like, and feel free to subscribe so you never miss another video.